So, the Enabling Act of 1933 was a German law that granted Chancellor Adolf Hitler the power to enact laws without the involvement of the Reichstag, which was basically their parliament or Congress or whatever, their governing body. The law, officially called the Law to Remedy the Distress of the People and the Reich, was a pivotal moment that effectively dismantled the Weimar Republic's democratic institutions and laid the groundwork for Hitler's totalitarian dictatorship. Now, the Enabling Act was passed on March 23rd of 1933, and it paved the way for Hitler's total control by making his government legally autonomous and removing constitutional checks on power. The Enabling Act bypassed the Reichstag and the president. The law allowed Hitler's cabinet to pass laws without the consent of either the Reichstag or President Paul von Hindenburg. Crucially, the laws enacted under the Enabling Act could override the Weimar Constitution itself, dissolving the democratic state and establishing the will of Hitler as the supreme law. The vote on the act was conducted in an atmosphere of intimidation. Nazi Party paramilitaries, the SA and SS, surrounded the building where the vote was held. All 31 communist deputies and 26 social democrats were prevented from attending or were arrested. Despite the climate of terror, Hitler lacked a majority to pass the constitutional amendment. He secured the necessary two-thirds majority by gaining the support of the Center Party, promising to respect the Catholic Church. The Enabling Act was proposed in the wake of the Reichstag fire on February 27, 1933. The Nazis blamed the fire on the communists and used the resulting state of emergency to issue the Reichstag fire decree, which suspended basic civil liberties and enacted the mass arrests of political opponents. Soon after the CCT was passed, Hitler used his new powers to outlaw all other political parties, making the Nazi Party Germany's only legal political organization. While the Enabling Act was the legal mechanism that enabled the dictatorship, Hitler's control was cemented through subsequent actions such as the elimination of internal opposition. In 1934, during the Night of the Long Knives, Hitler's SS eliminated the leadership of the rival SA, eliminating a powerful internal threat to his power. When President Hindenburg died in 1934, Hitler merged the offices of the Chancellor and President, declaring himself Fuhrer, or leader. The army was then forced to swear a personal oath of allegiance to Hitler. Yet I think you can boil this down to certain major steps that he took, which any fascist will follow when attempting to gain control of a democratic society. 1. Eliminating checks and balances on power, bypassing or abolishing the Constitution, the use of threats and force or mass arrests as a political weapon, the elimination of political rivals and political parties, the seizure of complete power and loyalty from the military. Does any of this sound familiar to you?